Scott County, LaFleur County, and then south into the Idabel area, and then Mena as you go to Polk County, Montgomery counties. That's where we have this hail right now. This is going to be the main event for this evening. You go north into Fort Smith, Van Buren, Clarksville. Guys, we may be just fine. In northwest Arkansas, I think we're fine too. Gosh, it's misty, it's cloudy, it's dreary. But these big storms are producing some very large hail south of Poto. Big Cedar, Tallahena, we've got some hail. Mena, we're really in the thick of things right now, especially on the north side of town. Hail is coming down. We're getting our live stream platforms ready, and then we'll come in just in a second to track them for you. If you are on our YouTube channel, our website, our app, we'll have everything running live in just a moment. Clicking a couple things. All righty. All right, let's go. All right, so let me back up for a second. The pink color shows you the severe thunderstorm watch. That's in effect till 3 a.m. But I do expect our western counties to have the watch dropped in the next few hours. For 5 country, where we live, we're going to see these storms and the watch probably be completely out of here by about 10, 11 o'clock. So here just within the next hour and a half, these things are moving about 40 miles per hour towards the east, sometimes just a little bit south of due east, although National Weather Service drew one polygon a little bit farther north to include Waldron, because we do have some hail falling there right over the Huebner-Runestone State Park, right over Poto Mountain, and it's going to be moving towards the east and just south of the Poto Mountain area as you get towards closer to Big Cedar. So let's zoom in just a little bit closer right now. The biggest storms are south of Poto. In fact, right over Howell, Worcester, and Huebner, we're getting some on and off showers, sometimes a quick downpour, but the heavy stuff, the loud stuff, that's just off towards our south right now, coming in from Pushmataha County and then back east. Choctaw County, we've had some storms, and then Waldron were included in the severe thunderstorm warning. Now let's take a closer look at some of these storms. This is taking a look at the storms on the inside, and today, if you see the red color, every day it's a little bit different, but today, if you see the red color getting at the 20,000 level, that essentially means you've got the storm high enough to tap into cold air to produce hail, and that's what we're getting. We've actually just had some hail push over the Smithville area, and now it's moving east. Mena, we're kind of getting close to some of these storms. And then south of Tallahena, we had some storms earlier, but now they're just south of you guys. Clayton, we've had some storms there towards the Choctaw Nation area, but big storms coming in, and especially a lot of hail too. This is taking a look at just our hail tracker. I'm zipping off to the sides a second. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit closer for you guys. So Mena, we've got hail around us, especially it looks like just on the south side of town, Dallas, Nunley. You go on 59 south towards Hatfield, we've been getting some of that hail. Cove, we've had some hail too, and then even larger hail as you head westbound. You go off 259 if you're in southern LaFleur County coming out of Big Cedar, Octavia, Smithville, Beachton, Watson, Plunketville, we have a big pocket of hail coming in too. So I'm going to take off the tracks for a second. This now just shows you the current hail that we have. Looks like we have some very large hail. Let me get a quick look at this one. We know it's a warning. Hold on. I have to get the warning off. Okay, something's wrong. Hold on just a second, guys. Sorry. There we go. All right, so that's about ping pong ball sized hail coming over Shady right now in that darker blue color. But we also have the hail. It looks like most of it's leaving LaFleur County. So if you live in LaFleur County, most of the hail's about done. You get on 270 coming out of Page as you get towards Foggle and then towards Rich Mountain. We've got some hail coming at us too. You see that pocket there that's crossing the state line into parts of Polk County, and then Montgomery County has some hail coming towards it. If you live near Lake Ouachita, you can see the lake right there. You look back towards the west, some of these storms are headed towards you guys. So essentially anywhere you see kind of these pockets, that's where we have the hail. Smithville, we just got hit with some very large hail. Hatfield as well. Mena, we've been surrounded by some of this hail. We've been getting that thunder lightning. We're still included in the severe thunderstorm warning. So these will continue to press south and east over time. Let me go ahead and get you the latest timing on these as we push into parts of southern Arkansas. So if you are tuning in across the state, Mineral 914, Hot Springs closer to 930, and then Pine Bluff. This may be a while till it gets to us, but as it gets towards us, the storm may be even larger. They're about 10:30 or so, and then extreme southern Arkansas towards Camden, maybe even 11:30. The big question has been, where the storm's going to fire up and where they have not fired up. So let's talk about that. if you look on the maps, we've been fairly cool. However, some of us in parts of LaFleur County, we were in the upper 60s earlier today from Worcester, Howell, Heavener, and then even those 70s across Latimer and Haskell counties. Right towards the west, you see this pocket of some warmer air kind of diluted in the map a little bit, but some of the yellows and oranges. It came up to about I-40, and so that's where we've seen storm threats, and now they're all passing south and east, and so they're staying away from Fort Smith. But this north wind is keeping the severe threats low farther towards the north. So anywhere in the north wind territory, we're not going to get these thunderstorms tonight. So Clarksville, Ozark, Mulberry, Fort Smith, Van Buren, Sallisaw, and then towards Pecola and just north of Cameron, Shady Point, Panama, and Spiro, we're good. Northwest Arkansas, we're definitely good. We're too much on the cool side. We have a lot of low clouds. But we were thinking earlier that this warm nose that you see would have been more about here, but we've struggled. We've had this cloud over Tulsa for a while, and then just west of Tulsa, complete sunshine today. It's been warm. In fact, they've had 80s out towards the west. So it's been a fine line between who had the warmth and who had the cooler weather. But we were thinking about here, and so if the warmth got here, we would have had to spark the storms right here too, and then that would have covered more folks. But everything's been a little bit farther south, so that's good news. Good news to report. We're happy that thing's a little bit farther south than we thought. But if you live towards the south, watch out for the storms. We've had a lot of clouds and mist, though, in Bentonville. No storms tonight. We're looking good. Pecola, we should be fine. We have our cameras pointed off towards the south, but we have so many clouds in the way before we can see the thunderstorm. So we're probably not going to see much lightning from our Pecola iCam. This is our farther south camera as we're looking towards those storms, towards Big Cedar, Smithville, and Mena, but you're not going to see them on these cameras. And then live look in Ozark, lots of low clouds for us. In Franklin, Johnson, and Logan counties too. The severe threats are still out there from the Storm Prediction Center, but to be honest, this yellow color should probably be about here. And that's where we're watching the storms right now. They're not going to trim it this late in the day, but just to kind of give you an update, everything's been shifted towards the south as things are just cooler. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning for more of Polk County, but in and around Mena, Hatfield, Big Fork, some large hail. In fact, it looked like the hail's getting a little bit bigger just west of Big Fork. That darker blue color showing you up to, that would be about golf ball sized hail. So the medium royal blue color, about right there, that would be ping pong ball sized, and then the darker blue in the middle, that kernel, is probably about golf ball sized hail. But we've had some hail across LaFleur County. This isn't showing all active hail. The parts that are moving are showing the current hail, and then kind of underneath, I know it gets tricky, but those are the hail tracks. So that's a hail track. We've watched that cross over the Ouachitas on the Talamina Drive. And then right now the active part of the storm is weakening, but we have a little bit of hail coming towards Rich Mountain. Most of the bigger hail will be south of Scott County for us in and around Mena, towards the south, towards Clayton. We've had some hail too. And then Smithville, we've really got hit hard with some of that hail. So we'll continue to track it for you guys this evening. If you live in southern Arkansas, storms are coming in later tonight. Texarkana to Hot Springs. Storms will continue to press south and east, but the watch only covers for 5 country, technically, Polk County, Scott County, LaFleur County, and Latimer counties. But even Latimer County, I think we just had our storms, and so we should be a lot better for tonight. Over time, the counties back towards the west, on the western side of this pink color, should probably be expired or canceled. It's really this batch of storms. As it moves south and east, it will get larger and more hail for southern and southwestern Arkansas, while areas in Sebastian County, Logan County, Haskell County, we're fine tonight. Even LaFleur County, north of Howell, so Podo and Pecola, Cameron, Spiro, Shady Point, Panama, Pecoshi, Callington, we'll be fine. We're all fine. Fort Smith, we're fine. Crawford County, fine. And then really in northwest Arkansas, we should be fine. We were watching these showers develop, and some data was trying to go ahead and blow these things up. They've struggled throughout the afternoon. We just have so many clouds. It's just trying to, it's kind of like a grass trying to grow through weeds. It just can't quite do it. Sometimes it can, but this time it just was not able to grow. And so that's good news. But in Bentonville and Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, even Huntsville, watch out for some drizzle for a while. That may be going on for the next couple of hours. But storms are off towards the south. These are moving about 40 miles per hour. They're going to head just south of Little Rock, anywhere between Little Rock and Texarkana, really Hot Springs and Lake Ouachita. We're watching for the storms to head next. But they're mainly just barely skirting 5 country. Some hail, though, once you get south of Waldron and south of Big Cedar. Make sure you keep it local, keep it here. As always, we'll keep you advised.